Okay, guys, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all having a good day. Coming at you live with another podcast. Today, we're going to talk about NBA, the NBA predictions. The NBA season, as we know, just got started last night. So, I'm going to give you guys my top six in the Western Conference. First, we have Denver, number one. Number two, Phoenix. Number three, Sacramento. Number four, the Lakers. Number five, the Clippers. Number six, the Warriors. That's the top six. My playing teams are the Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, getting into this Western Conference, we know that the Western Conference is a very deep conference with a lot of good teams. So my first team was Denver. Denver, we know, just won the championship. They have a great starting five, but they lost some pieces on their bench. Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, guys of that nature, the veterans. So with last night's game, we know that the starting five is good. But when they brought their bench in the third quarter, I think it was, that's when the Lakers made their run and came back and got into the game. And then as soon as Mike Malone came back with Joker, Porter, Murray, Aaron Gordon, KCP, as soon as Mike Malone came back with those guys, they went back up by like 10, 12 points. From that point on, game was over again. So, Denver's bench is going to be the question mark, but we know that they have the best starting five in the league. So, with that being said, moving on to my number two team in the Western Conference, Phoenix. Phoenix just played Golden State last night. Phoenix had like 20 turnovers. Probably should not have won that game, but you guys know how it go. A game that you're supposed to win, you probably should lose. And a game that you're supposed to lose, you probably should win it. Anyway, they had 20 turnovers. You can say that was their first time playing together with Durant, Booker. Those weren't those two guys' first time playing together, but with Nurkic, all those other guys, Grayson Allen, those were their first times playing together with those guys. So they were kind of a little off, but they were still a little on. Devin Booker obviously carried them to the win with his great game. Kevin Durant did not have a good game. The Warriors were very physical with him, so he did not have a good game in his return to the Bay in front of a home crowd. The concern with Phoenix is not really a concern. I think Phoenix is really going to be good. You see what Nurk did. He had, I think, 14 points and 14 rebounds. The guy that's not going to get talked about, who shot 7 for 9 last year and who just out-rebounded the Warriors last night, was Josh Okogie. Josh Okogie is 6'4", but has a 7-foot wingspan. Every time you look around, he comes in, snatches the offensive rebound, and gets a putback, lay-in, or dunk. Warriors, y'all need to learn that Kevon Looney is the biggest guy y'all have. He's only 6'9". I don't understand why the Warriors haven't learned that always playing small is not good. Y'all should have went out and got a big man last year. Y'all did not address that. So y'all let a 6'4" guy and Josh Okogie out-rebound y'all last night. That is unacceptable. Very unacceptable. Warriors, y'all need to get a big man this year. I don't care if it's making the trade at the deadline. Kevon Looney is only 6'9". Y'all need to get a big man because y'all are getting out-rebounded every time y'all play, going back to last year. My third team is Sacramento. They were third in the Western Conference last year. I had them third again. Mike Brown knows what he's doing. He has De'Aaron Fox. He has Keegan Murray, who's only going to get better. He has Sabonis. He has Kevin Huerter. And then he has the bench. The Kings are up and coming. Everybody's going to be ready to play the Kings this year. They're not going to just sneak up on anybody. Teams are going to be ready. I think they're going to be prepared. Mike Brown knows what he's doing, like I said. And they're only going to go up from here. Number 4, the Lakers. The Lakers, they played okay. It wasn't how they finished off last year. You know, they had the trash talking over the summer with Denver, and they were saying that they were going to come in and try to ruin ring night. They did not do that. One player that I want to focus on is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, you had 17 points last night in the first half. You did not score in the second half. Anthony Davis, you had 17 points in the first half and only 1 rebound in the first half. The second half, you did not score. That is very unacceptable. Every year they try to defer to you, saying, "Oh, we're gonna run our offense through Anthony Davis. We're gonna take the load off LeBron." Every year since he's been a Laker and LeBron has been a Laker, they have said that every single year. We're gonna take the load off LeBron. AD, this is your team. AD is not that guy to do that. AD cannot do that. He can't just take over. Yes, he's supposed to be a 25-10 guy, 25-12 guy, but he's not. When it's time for him to take over, he's just not there. He just tunes out. He shies away from the situation. But going scoreless in the second half, AD, you can at least get to the free throw line. Get to the free throw line and get you some points. Get your butt on the block and score some points. Like, AD, come on, man. You are way better to not be more assertive. So if the Lakers, if y'all are gonna defer to Anthony Davis, that's gonna be a huge problem because when you try to, he just shies away from the situation. And Joker just outplayed him. Joker got a triple-double his first game. His first game back, he got a triple-double opening night. AD, you got to be better. Bottom line. My fifth team is the Clippers. Kawhi and Paul George. We know the whole thing about the load management stuff. Y'all are gonna have to play more this year. Y'all already know that. The Clippers are actually sick and tired of talking about it. They're sick and tired of talking about the load management not playing. Okay, y'all hurt. Cool, y'all hurt. If y'all not hurt, obviously y'all need to be playing. Y'all are probably going to be forced to play this year. If the Clippers, every year, they say that the Clippers are going to make the finals. It never happens. The reason why it never happens is because when those guys play, they don't have chemistry. And if it does happen, you got lucky. Clippers, y'all are not going to make the finals this year. Y'all going to be a good team if y'all stay healthy. If y'all stay healthy, y'all going to be a good team. Clippers, do not trade Terrence Mann from James Harden. Please don't do that. Y'all don't need all that drama coming in. Y'all said that y'all had good vibes in training camp and preseason. And James Harden comes in, the vibe's going to be bad. I think that Tyronn Lue is going to put y'all in good position to win. It's just as long as y'all stay healthy. That's a big if for the Clippers. We know what PG-13 is going to do. We know what Kawhi is going to do. You have Westbrook, who came in at the deadline and actually made them better. He made them better. So I have high expectations for the Clippers. And my pick for Coach of the Year is actually Tyronn Lue. I think that this is their year. Paul George and Kawhi are looking for contract extension. If y'all are going to do something, this is the year. So my sixth team is Golden State. They lost last night. Yes, they did to Phoenix. Stephen Curry did not have the greatest game. Neither did Klay Thompson. They were missing Draymond Green, who's out with the right ankle sprain, but he's getting close to coming back. As I mentioned, I'm not happy that the Warriors don't have a big man. Come on, Warriors. Y'all need to get a big man. Y'all are getting out-rebounded, and y'all play too small. Having CP3, Stephen Curry, and Klay in the backcourt last night, obviously without Draymond, that's too small. I think when Draymond comes back, CP3 will go to the bench, but they're still going to be too small. So, Warriors, if y'all address that, y'all would be better off. My 7th and 8th seeds is Dallas, the Mavericks, and Minnesota. Luka and Kyrie. We know what y'all are going to do. But Luka and Kyrie, y'all need to lead by example on defense. No, that's not y'all's strong suit. That's not one of y'all's strongest suits. But that's one of y'all weaknesses. If y'all can at least be good team defenders, it might help y'all. Grant Williams might help y'all. Josh Green is a good 3-and-D guy. It might help y'all if they see y'all playing defense and at least try. You don't have to be a good individual defender, but you can be a good team defender. So if y'all two lead by example, I think Dallas can do some things. Number 18, Ant-Man's team, Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Cat and Rudy Gobert did not work last year. Mind you, Cat was hurt for most of the season. When he tried to come back, they tried to form that chemistry. It just did not work. Cat, one thing you got to realize is this is an Ant-Man's team, not your team. You're the second best player on the team. If you can accept, Cat, that you're the second best player, you will be better off. It has to work out with Rudy, though. It has to. Y'all traded a lot to get Rudy. It just has to work out. Y'all have to make it work. Minnesota, y'all are too good to be missing the playoffs. Y'all are extremely too good. Y'all should not be missing the playoffs. My sleeper teams in the West is Utah. They just added John Collins. They still got Laurie Marketing. They still got Clarkson. Colin Sexton's playing a full year this year, hopefully. And Walker Kessler, their new big man in his second year, he's only going to get better. That guy is a stud. And then you have OKC as my other sleeper team. You have Chet Holmgren. He's coming. This is his official rookie year. I think he is the rookie of the year over Victor Wembanyama. You have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA. You have Lou Dort. And then you have the Williams brothers, Jalen, not the brothers, but Jalen Williams, those Williams guys. You have them. OKC, y'all have a chance to make the playoffs. A lot of people actually think y'all are going to make the playoffs. I think y'all are a sleeper team. Y'all are going to be in the play-in. But, man, those guys are going to be good in the future, my Lord. Flipping to the Eastern Conference, my number 1 team is Boston. My number 2 team is Milwaukee. My number 3 team is Cleveland. My number 4 team is the Knicks. My number 5 team is Philadelphia. My number 6 team is Brooklyn. The reason why I have the Cavs at 3 and Philadelphia at 5 is the Cavs are only going to get better. There's some rumors that Donovan Mitchell may not come back. I don't buy into that. I don't think that's true. I think Donovan loves being with the Cavs. The reason why I have Philadelphia at 5, I'm not going to get into the whole James Harden situation. We all know the situation with him. If he was focused and he was coming in, it's no question about it. The Sixers will probably be the number 3 seed. But with all this drama going on and stuff going on behind the scenes, I think they fall a little bit. They're still going to make the playoffs, but they will fall just a little bit. Tyrese Maxey is an up-and-coming star. He's ready to handle this thing. I really think he is. He's only going to get better and better with Embiid. They switched out coaches from Doc Rivers to Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse is running a new offense, and he's preaching ball movement. As we know, Joel Embiid just said that he doesn't like to play in isolation. So we'll see if Nick Nurse can ride the ship and get this thing right. As we know, my 1 seed is Boston. My 2 seeds is Milwaukee. We just seen what Boston added with Kristaps Porzingis, and Drew Holiday. They lost Marcus Smart, Grant Williams, Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon. Those were to trades, obviously. They lost the heart and soul of their team, but Drew Holiday is the new heart and soul of that team. He's going to fit in well. Drew knows what it takes to play with stars. He just played with Giannis and Chris Middleton, so he knows how to play with stars, with that being Jason Tatum now and Jaylen Brown. One thing that I have to say about Kristaps Porzingis, you don't have to do so much. You are not the number 1 guy on your team or number 2 guy. You're like actually the number 4 guy on your team. That's good for you. You're not demanded to carry the load like you've been in the past. That's for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to do. I think that he's gonna fit right in well with them. As you've seen them play in the preseason, it seemed like that those guys have been playing together for years. That's what it seemed like. How they got off to the good start in the preseason. It seemed like they had been playing together for years. They played really well in the preseason. One problem that Boston has, who's going to be that 5th starter. In the preseason, they played Al Horford on the bench. We know Al Horford has started his whole career. It seems like he's going to be coming off the bench in favor of Derek White. No matter what they do, they start Al, bring Al off the bench, bring Derek White off the bench, they're still going to be a good team and be a force to be reckoned with. Number 2, Milwaukee. We know Milwaukee traded for Damian. We know that Giannis just signed a contract extension recently. They still have Brook Lopez. They still have Bobby Portis. The number 3 guy that nobody's probably going to talk about this year, everybody's probably going to forget him now, is money-making Middleton, Chris Middleton. He's going to be huge. He's going to be like Chris Bosh was for Miami. You might forget about Chris Bosh, but Chris Bosh is still there, and he's still going to do his thing. That's what I expect from Chris Middleton, barring that he's going to be healthy this year. As long as Chris Middleton stays healthy, they will be okay. They will be more than okay. They will be great. They will be a good team. Chris Middleton is going to be a key to what they do. I know they have Giannis. I know they have Damian. I understand that. But Chris Middleton is actually going to be the X factor. You still have Brook Lopez there, who's going to clog up the lane on the defensive end, block shots, challenge shot, rebound, and he's probably going to get you like 12 to 14 points a game. So they're going to be good to go. The Terry Stotts situation was unfortunate. He had been a head coach for a long time. I think that him not being a head coach no more, he just wasn't adjusted to that. But he was actually supposed to run their offense. So it's going to be interesting to see with him stepping down how their offense works. Yes, you have Damian, Giannis, Chris Middleton, all those other guys, but it's still, you still would love to have Terry Stotts' offensive. He's an offensive wizard. You still would love for you guys to have that. And him and Damian's relationship from them both being in Portland, that kind of sucked that he stepped down. With that being said, they're still going to be fine. No worries with Milwaukee at all. The Knicks are going to be fifth. We know the Knicks are going to do Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. They just added Dante DiVincenzo, and then you still have Jalen Brunson. Okay, cool. You have Tom Thibodeau, who's a defensive wizard. They're going to be in fifth place, I think. Do they get better from last year? I honestly say I don't know. They're probably going to be the same. They only added Dante DiVincenzo. That's one piece. So they're probably going to be the same. I don't really expect much from them. They got in the second round last year, but, you know, the Knicks are the Knicks. One year, they're going to make the playoffs. The next year, it's going to be complete downfall. So I really don't know what to expect from the Knicks this year. My sixth team is Brooklyn. Ben Simmons looks like he's healthy and rejuvenated again. Praise the Lord. Keep praying for him that he stays healthy and he's focused mentally and physically. We know what Ben Simmons can do when he is right. He showed signs of that this preseason. You had guys like Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges took that next step last year. He's only going to keep improving. Jacques Vaughn is the right coach for them. And then you have a young Nick Claxton, who probably got robbed as being on the all-defensive list last year. So he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. But Brooklyn has really nice pieces. I love what Brooklyn might do this season. One of my sleeper teams is going to be the Hawks, who I have in 7th. In 8th will be Indiana. Trae Young. They traded for John Collins. They traded John Collins to Utah. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, Onyeka Okongwu, who's the future. I think they're going to eventually trade Clint Capella because they want Onyeka Okongwu to be the guy. The Hawks are middle of the pack. Let's be real, diehard Hawks fan, but they're middle of the pack, keeping it honest. Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield. They got Obi Toppin from the Knicks this year. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think they're going to be a playing team. Rick Carlisle, he's been for a long time. So we know he's going to have those guys ready to play. One of my sleeper teams is the Orlando Magic. Now, you may see that I did not mention Miami. Miami was in the play-in tournament last year. Mind you that they made the finals. Miami, y'all had a chance to get Bradley Beal. Y'all had a chance to get Drew Holiday. Y'all had a chance to get Damian. Y'all did not do it. So, mind you, they were a play-in team last year. I expect them to be a play-in team this year, trying to get their way into the playoffs. My MVP this year, I think Joker just steals it again. I mean, my God, he had a triple-double in the first game back last night. I think he gets it. My coach of the year is Tyronn Lue. My defensive player of the year is going to be Bam Adebayo. Bam has been on the all-defensive team before, and I think this is his year to get the award. My championship will be Milwaukee. I think they had firepower to do it. My sixth man of the year award will be Malik Monk from the Sacramento Kings. We know what Malik Monk could do when he comes off the bench. He's like prime J.R. Smith. If he gets hot, it's over with. If he's cold, he will shoot you out of the game. That's Malik Monk, but I do think he will be the sixth man of the year. That's my NBA predictions this year. I hope it's a great year. It seems like from last night, it's going to be a good year. and whoever comes out of it on top, that's what they do. That's all I have for you guys today. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next week.